Hi, welcome back to Dr. Jackie's Keto Kitchen. I'm glad you're here. Today, what I wanted to talk about was a little bit of the science behind the ketogenic diet. And also to start out, I wanted to remind you, if you like what you're seeing, push the subscribe button and there'll be a new video out every week. So I'm wondering how many of you really know what a ketogenic diet is, or for that matter, whether you really know what ketosis means. So I thought in this episode I'd go through some of the basic science and talk to you a little bit about what these terms mean and what that means in relation to a nutrition plan. So ketosis, the word ketosis, it refers to a metabolic condition in the body where the body is burning ketones as fuel. Well, at least some ketones as fuel. And that it occurs when there's no or little carbohydrate to burn as fuel. The ketones that are the fuel source are detectable in the blood, and they're also detectable in the urine, which is why people who are on ketogenic diets do urine tests for ketones to see if they're in ketosis. Now, why is ketosis a good thing? The condition of ketosis means that you're actually burning fat for fuel instead of glycogen or glucose for fuel, because that's how, when you metabolize fat, your burnable fat is in the form of ketones. So a ketogenic diet is basically a diet that forces the body to burn ketones for fuel as opposed to burning glucose. It's a natural condition. It is not, there's nothing dangerous about being on a ketogenic diet from the point of view of the body's metabolic systems. In fact, we know that high circulating insulin levels can cause damage to the vessels, and it can also cause preferential storage of calories as fat. Now, this is, of course, based only on your own individual status, and I would highly suggest that you see your doctor before embarking on a diet such as this. But basically the upshot of the whole plan for the diet is the lower your carbohydrate level, the less insulin is secreted, which means that there's a lower circulating insulin level in your system, meaning that there's a less propensity to store calories as fat. And also, insulin has been shown to be irritating to the lining of the blood vessels. A high circulating insulin level can cause vascular damage. And so for prevention of those types of conditions, a ketogenic diet makes a lot of sense. So that's the reason behind this. And the way you measure whether your ketogenic diet is making ketones is by doing the urine test for ketones, which is why you hear people talking about doing a urine test for the ketone levels. So that's the whole reasoning behind the program. And like I said, it's really important to make sure that your doctor is in support of you trying this program if this is something that you're interested in. I tend to think of my ketogenic diet as less a diet and more a nutrition plan. And it's a lifelong process for me for this. People have times in their lives where they feel like they need to make a change, where they feel like they aren't satisfied with how they're feeling or what energy levels they have, and they feel like they need to make a change. And for me, that change happened about 8 months ago. I told the story last week of the spinal injury that I have, and the spinal injury has made it very hard for me to exercise. And as a person who used to manage their weight through exercise, I was finding it frustrating because I could not use my normal coping mechanisms to lose weight. So I thought I would try the ketogenic low carbohydrate. I use them a bit interchangeably, although there's differences. I'll explain those later. But I thought I'd use the ketogenic diet for managing my weight. So I've lost about, I think right now about 40 pounds, but I'm wanting to lose 40 more. And so I wanted to start the channel so that everybody could support each other in this process of switching over to a ketogenic plan and how that's working for everybody else. So I don't eliminate all carbohydrates from my diet, not at all. I eat about 20% of my diet through carbohydrates and about 30 through protein and the remaining through good quality fats. That doesn't mean cheeseburgers and bacon. It means high quality, nutritious, satiating fats, things like avocados and nuts and that kind of thing. So for me, the ketogenic diet has resulted in progress in my fitness and progress in my weight. Okay, so having said all that, your job for this week, if you're interested in pursuing the ketogenic diet, I would suggest that you see your doctor and talk to him or her about your idea of using this nutrition plan. Get the okay from your healthcare provider, and then I would think about reducing some of the more obvious sources of carbohydrate in your diets. Let's do this just for a week so that you can see how it feels. If you're interested, I would suggest that you reduce refined sugar, potatoes, rice, pasta, bread, basically anything white. So anything that's an obvious source of really fast-acting carbohydrate, you want that out of your system. And I would even suggest, if you can do it for a week, to not have alcohol for the first week or so that you're doing this. So if you would like to, I would do that for a week and then come back and report and let me know how you're feeling on the lower carbohydrate, beginnings of the lower carbohydrate program. Next week, we will go into the ketogenic diet in detail. We'll talk about percentages of protein, percentages of fat, and percentages of carbohydrate in terms of the total intake per day for everybody. And we can review together how the week prior went. Please feel free to subscribe to the channel. It's free by pushing the subscribe button, and if you push the bell, you'll get an email when I have a new episode out. Thanks very much for joining me on Dr. Jackie's Keto Kitchen. Talk next week. Bye.